teams ready to square off. It's the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. On the Bears sideline, their head coach, Ben Johnson. His guys in the midst of a great run, winners of 9 of their last 10. Opposite him on the Texans sideline, it's D'Amico Ryan. His team set to go on Christmas Eve. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. That's Cam Little set to start this. Off we go from Houston. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
Nothing real fancy when you look back on last week's game, Mike. I mean, he had 2 touchdown passes, of course, the 1 interception he'd love to have back. But for the most part, I thought he was really efficient. I thought he did a nice job operating the system. And there's actually some more plays that he left out there. So I think he can build off a lot of that, try to improve in this one today.
We'll find his man. That's Jaden Higgins. And they'll knock him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's caught. It's Dylan Sampson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. On 2nd down, Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
Schultz, the motion man. Trying to run here with Sampson. And he is going to have a Texans first down. At least it appears that way. Got it by maybe the length of a football.
First down.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Stroud. That one is caught by Collins. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up. And now they face 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Now Stroud. He's got his man, complete to Dell. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Texans first down.
Stroud. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
At the Bears' 43-yard line.
Here's Stroud. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. Throw caught by Dell on the outside. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. They'll run. It's the rookie from Alabama. Not much happening there. Just a short game. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Williams. And off the deflection, it is taken in. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's good for the Bears.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's across midfield. Touchdown, Chicago. His 12th touchdown of the year.
The extra point is good.
Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
D'Amico Ryans there, the Texans' former linebacker, their current head coach. This guy's going to take over here once more. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so downside. He works free, right side. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. It is a big-time play for Houston. It covers 51 yards.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to slow down and pick up those extra yards after the catch. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. And they'll get about 4 out of this one. Run after the catch. Hard to come by down here. Here comes 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already just in this first quarter of play. Drive will start on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. From 29, here's 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Try to pick this one up on the ground.
The ball carried by number 16. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. So after 1, it's the Bears off to the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. It's Texans football. Quarter number 2 begins. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. This one's going to be taken in by Collins. And you'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 1. At the 29.
Stroud going to set up to throw. The outside complete to Thomas. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down.
At the 31-yard line.
Inside run with Sampson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. On play action. Stroud. The pressure. Too much. And he goes down. So backed up after the sack. And now it's 3rd and long.
Now 3rd down.
Throwing is Stroud. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll begin here on the ground. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Searching forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Finding room at midfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Bears.
For the extra point.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Bears extend their advantage to 14-3. Now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. To return it, it's Dorsey. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. He'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Flush to his right. Taking off, and they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Gain of 15 yards.
Here's 1st and 10.
That's another Texans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
To throw is Stroud. Open man, that's Collins. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
17 more yards. That's another Texans 1st down.
Quick throw here on the RPO, caught by Thomas. 2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. A gain there of 15. 1st down for Houston.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll go play action with Stroud. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. That'll be taken in by Sampson. And he's in. Dylan Sampson. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Texans.
York, good on the extra point. And the Texans are back within 4. It is 14-10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the 1st half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. To the goal line and in. Holston Loveland. Touchdown, Chicago. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. Extra point by Little is good. And the Bears are out to a 21-10 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Back to throw, Stroud. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down. This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Here's Williams on first and 10. That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. From the 41, here's second and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain.
Third down and 3.
And it's third down.
Williams. To the right side. Caught by Burton. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds. And he stopped the clock as well.
That's good for a Bears.
Here's Williams now to throw. Moving to his left. He'll get a dozen out of that one. Scrambling his way to a first down.
A gain of 12.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First down.
To throw, it's Williams. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Brings up second and 5.
Throwing is Williams. That pass is caught by Burton. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
That's another.
Now Williams. Now he's just going to flip this forward. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
At the 25-yard line.
Try to throw again. Here's Williams. Connection made. It's Burton. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down. And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
First and 10.
That's a second charge timeout to Chicago, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's first and 10. Throw it again. It's Williams. Quick throw here is complete.
Williams pass.
The Bears go ahead, take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing again, Williams. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he'll throw this one away. Incomplete. Receivers flanking it everywhere he looked. To bring up a 4th down.
27-yard attempt.
Little's kick is good. And the Bears will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
What a methodical drive to close this half out. I mean, let's not forget, Mike, they get the ball after the break as well, so they get back-to-back. They call it doubling up possessions. Last one of the first half, first one of the second half. It's a great opportunity to put some distance between you and the opponent.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw, it's Stroud. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll air one out for Higgins. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he is in the midst of a sensational season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Following the penalty, he'll run it. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. DeMarvion Overshown there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Now a give up the middle. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal. He's inside the 10. Mark him at the 7.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's a run. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage, but he's not gaining any either. It's 3rd down. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So you find yourself playing with a 2-score lead. Of course, it goes without saying, Mike, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks. The primary reads weren't there. Works through his progression, move on to the next play, and just throw that ball away. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. D'Amico Ryan's there, the Texans' former linebacker, their current head coach. His guy's going to take over here once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. This one complete to Higgins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
The Texans getting all set to punt. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. Now the return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. There you see Ben Johnson, the head man in Chicago, as his Bears get set to take over once more. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
That's good for a Bears 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Williams going to keep it himself.
The quarterback runs it on the outside.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads, both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
Throwing on 2nd down. Williams. Quick throw, taken in. 3rd and long.
No gain on the play.
Here's Williams. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down.
6 yards.
It's going to bring up 4th down. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Once again, it's Sampson. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think when he goes back and watches this film, that's certainly going to be a ball he wishes he could get back. He puts a little too much air on it, and they're able to make a play, and they get themselves off the field.
There you see Ben Johnson, the head man in Chicago, as his Bears get set to take over once more. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Williams. He'll get this out to his running back. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Here's Williams now to throw. Loveland open right side. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
He gets this complete to Burton. And he will have the 1st down. So they roll the dice on 4th down in the red zone. And it pays off. That one, take it in. Luther Burton. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown, Bears.
That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
His kick is good. Makes the score Bears 34, Texans 10.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. To return it, it's Dorsey. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Sampson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Covered very stout. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That one is caught by Collins. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. The offense staying out there for this 4th down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And the Bears, 1st down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Bears, 1st down.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line.
Now Williams. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bears will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Texans offense ready to take over once more. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Sampson to start this drive. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard, very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
They'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Jervon Dexter. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up 4th down. This is taken at his own 30. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Williams. Backs to the tight end, Loveland. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
That's good for our Bears. 1st down.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
He'll try to get this one on the ground. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down.
39-yard line.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
At their own 2-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down.
6-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Bears, 1st down. It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Bears.
Up the middle they go. And he will have the 1st down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
2-yard line.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to have the 1st down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
1st down, Chicago.
They'll stay on the ground. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So this one, a win for the visiting Bears. That is now 6 consecutive victories